Hi, I'm Brick Road, and this is the game that I'm playing. That's Roll. And now that was a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already dead, so the next one would be Oil Man. Kind of an athletic robot, honestly, because he does this thing where he like surfs around on a slick of oil. So we're gonna go with Sports Roll. That's right. What I did was just made a list of the Robot Masters and tried to pair him up with the most applicable costume, and Oil Man got the leftovers. So that was the flimsy justification for why it's Sports Roll versus Oil Man. Gonna get a little technical. You don't care about this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I've been playing with it for the past hour or so. When you're Let's Playing a game, the recording rig you have to use, whether you're recording it on an emulator or whether you're doing like I do and you're like just feeding the video from a system into your computer, is not always the best environment to play a game in. I'm not gonna get super technical, basically because I don't know what I'm talking about either. But what was happening was the deinterlacing that my capture card does to make a video feed watchable really screwed things up because the bosses in this game flicker just correctly. So if they're deinterlaced the way I was doing it, they are invisible during their animation frames when they're also invincible. Not very good for, you know, fighting bosses. And a little bit of Brick Road trivia, but years and years ago, when I had, like, just done a couple of the NES Let's Plays, I asked my friends, what other NES games would you like to see? And one of them, they said, was, we'll do DuckTales for the NES. It's like one of the great game, fantastic game, made by Capcom. It's one of the giants of NES platforming, really. So like, hey, do DuckTales. I'm like, you know, I played that game a million times. I know it really, really well. I will have no problem doing DuckTales. In fact, I'm going to do it in super speed. Do it 150% speed. But what they don't tell you in DuckTales College is that that speed, the bosses, when you hit them and they're invincible for the same reason as in this game. The flicker on the bosses is just correct to cause them to not appear one half of the frames that you need them to appear on. So basically, I'm going to have to try to fight the bosses. I mean, there's other deinterlacing options that I could have used, and I don't think Roll has any way to get that free guy. And I hate this oil stuff that looks like chocolate syrup. There's other deinterlacing options that I could use, but they all make my output look very, very blurry, and then blurry is very difficult to play. So if you want to consider that a kind of like a challenge run, maybe that's how we'll have to look at it. So this is Let's Play blurry-ass Mega Man powered up. Got him. And of course, this part of the level is much, much easier with a character with a long-range attack. Haha! Oh, there's life there. I need that. Haha! two little bars of life. Trying to be careful here because I don't want to die before I get where I'm going. The hitbox on her weapon is very strange. Sometimes it looks like the very tip of it just goes right through the bad guy you're trying to hit. I don't know if that's true with all of the weapons, but it seems to definitely be true for this little flag. And there's another free guy that I think Elect Man can get that because he can ride this little block down, but Roll can't. Be more careful, Brick Road. This is Operation Be More Careful. That's what we used to call it when we played Castlevania when you're trying not to die. Operation Be More Careful. I don't know why I explained that joke. I think Kefka Floyd used that during some of my Smash Brothers videos. Ah, that's what I wanted. A big energy ball. Yeah. Oh good, this guy again. We'll just wait for him to burn out. That's fine. And then I wonder if I can just stand under him and beat on him. Yeah, that worked just fine. Just dandy, actually. So, I did try some of the other deinterlacing options for fighting the bosses, if nothing else. Oh, I got burned. But once again, it just was not working. So, I'm just going to try to fudge my way through the boss fights, if possible. Oh, I thought my flag would reach up through that, but I guess not. Which is too bad. I think, all things considered, though, I'm doing really, really well. I've got almost full life and 7 free guys. Roll does have an easier time with these stomper bots than most of the other bosses do. It says Brick Road after he gets hit twice. Idiots. Just because the arc on her weapon has a better chance of hitting that eye than many of the other weapons do, especially Mega Man's little pellet gun. Very, very difficult to hit those guys with.
What's up, Roll? If you want a refill, you came to the right place, baby.
Little disturbing, considering you're kind of her brother.
Behaving like this is 1 week without oil.
Ow, that was harsh. Now I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson.
Okay.
It's showtime.
Oil Man is one of the easier robot masters if you can get into his groove. If you can just kind of... not like that. One of the easier bosses if you can just kind of like get him into a little pattern that works for you. And then he does his little surfing thing. Come on. Sometimes he'll do that like 6 times in a row. Really, really annoying. And he jumped into me. Well, so much for having 7 free guys. It was nice while it lasted, but...
Warning.
Yeah, sometimes I just get him into this groove where he's like, his little oil attacks are not nothing to dodge, but sometimes it just does not happen for me. Ah, he jumped on me. I've already talked a little bit about how I think Oil and Time Man fit in really well in the Mega Man mythos. I think so. Come on, do it again. Yeah, go ahead and surf at me. That's fine. Eat my flag, homie. Brick Road, this is a Let's Play. Stop being quiet. Hey, this takes a lot of concentration, okay? Fighting an invisible oil man. There he goes. Wow. I actually scored a few flawlesses against him during my test plays, but man, when you can't see where he is on the screen, it makes me want to whine and complain. So I did, because I'm Brick Road, and that's what I do here.
Please carry on.
Dr. Light's beard looks like it would be awesome on, like, a piece of pie. I'm just saying. You know, delicious beard. We should all aspire to as much.